Hello and welcome back to Why Not Travel, and once again this is Robert. So today we decided to do something different. As you can tell, we're not going on a cruise, and we actually didn't go that far. We're still in our hometown, and we're in Roding Park, which is a very nice park in the Fresno area. Kind of has a bad rep, but I think all city parks do. But another thing that's here is the Chaffee Zoo, and that's actually where we're going. We're gonna go check out the Chaffee Zoo. We haven't been here in about 6 years, so we're gonna see if there's anything new. And yeah, another thing that's different here was the parking though, and they went to contactless, so it's actually done all on your cell phone now. There's basically a QR code on some of the lampposts, and you scan that and you just pay for your parking. So that was different and really nice. So anyways, let's go. And I have to go back to the car. So I actually got free zoo tickets through my work, and that's honestly why we're here, is because I got free tickets and I left the tickets in the car. Go figure. So as I'm walking back to the car, let me explain something about the Fresno Chaffee Zoo. When I was a kid, this zoo was kind of going downhill. My sister and I used to actually make fun of it a lot, if I'm honest, when we were kids, because they had like house cats on display and the domestic dog on display, and it just honestly became a joke. Yes, the elephants were here, and that was probably the main attraction, and there was a gorilla and some monkeys, but the Fresno Chaffee Zoo was really nothing to brag about. And like I said, it became a joke, in all honesty. And there was a time where Fresno was considering on just letting the zoo go. But they put it on the ballot, and people voted to save the Fresno Zoo. And it passed. And so they got the funding they needed. They completely redid the zoo. They built new areas in the zoo. And actually, it's really impressive. And they're always doing something. And once in a while, the zoo ends up back on the ballot every so often. And luckily, so far, every time it is back on the ballot, everyone keeps on voting to keep the funding and keep on improving the zoo. So there you go, guys. I just wanted to throw that out there as some background information about this zoo. And if you had memories of this zoo in the past, it's not what it used to be, and that's actually a good thing, and it's a lot better. So yeah, anyways, once I get the tickets and we actually get inside, I'll show you guys what I mean, and we'll see if you guys, if you live in California, or decide to plan a trip here. So anyways, let's continue. And we made it to the inside of the zoo. So already, like I said, we haven't been here in about 5 or 6 years or so. And honestly, we looked up the zoo map when we walked in, and it seems like it's the same since we were here, but they are building a new area, which is Asia, and Asia is going to open next year in 2023. So when that happens, we're going to have to go check that out. But overall, like I said, this is still a pretty cool area. Our first animal that we walked up to, which is directly from to the left of the entrance, is the red wolf, which is actually found in America, actually North America. And if I remember right, these guys are really hard to spot. So let's see if we can find him. And if not, we'll probably head over to the reptile house. Let's see if he's in his little cave. And he is not. So, yeah, I think he's hiding from us. So, let's head over to the reptile house. It, guys. Kingdoms of Asia. So I just found out it was originally supposed to open in 2021, and of course we all know how that panned out. So it's now scheduled to open in 2023. So we're definitely going to come back and check that out, because if it's anything like the safari area, which I will show you guys in a little later, the safari area is awesome. So I could only imagine how Kingdoms of Asia is going to turn out. So we are now going to head over and see some sea lions. So let's see if we can find the entrance. I believe it's right over here. we are now venturing off into the African safari area of the zoo. And this was the make or break moment in the zoo's history. And like I said, in the past, the zoo was nothing to brag about. And they decided to put it on the ballot. And luckily, after a giant campaign and everything, they were able to get the measure passed to get the funding to save the zoo. And with the influx of funding, this is the area they built. And when it opened, it really showed the potential and what this zoo could actually be with continuing funding. And so ever since then, the zoo has been getting better every year. Also, the food court in this area is by far the coolest and nicest spot to have your lunch or dinner at the zoo as you overlook the safari area. This area of the zoo just amazes me every single time I come here. I always have to come to this vantage point, if you will, and just take a moment to take it all in. And just to see the animals just wandering around open and freely really sets the feeling like you're actually in the safari. I will say, however, since this is set up to appear to be a safari, unfortunately, the animals are kind of farther away, which is good for the animals. You want them in a big open area, but it could also be somewhat hard to view as a tourist. And also, this video doesn't give it justice. It does look 10 times better in person, so I highly recommend to come and check it out for yourself. Also, another very nice touch that they did here was they have these little huts that are basically viewing areas that are covered and have fans and everything. This is very nice, especially in Fresno, California, because our summers do hit over 100 degrees. So this is a very nice touch, and this area, like I said, was just very well thought out.
Another addition they added to the zoo was the Stingray Bay, or Stingray Encounter, where for an additional charge, I believe it was $2 a person, you could actually come here and touch a stingray. Okay, so the remainder of this video was actually shot on my cell phone, so I apologize in advance because my battery on my main camera died on me. So we're basically going to do a montage from here on out, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the content. I do want to point out the tropical area, which is actually one of my favorite areas at the zoo, and it's basically a tropical bird sanctuary, and unfortunately it was closed. If you like this content, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I leave you with this: why not travel?